Oh, 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 oh. Notice the rose gold prongs. Wow. I mean, how in the world does that happen? A genuine Morganite, over 3/4 of a carat solitaire, $89.90. Our price on this, it's brand new. Brand new. So it was supposed to be $169. You know, Morganite, $169 is one of the lowest prices we have for Morganite. $169. $89. I don't even know. I don't even know. Don't know how to describe it. I don't know. I don't understand it. I don't know how they do these things. I really don't. I go to the jewelry shows. I look at wholesale prices of things, and they're not selling this ring wholesale for $89. So I have no concept how our buyers are able to make these amazing things happen, but it's happening tonight. You do need to be quick. This will never be back. This is a one-time, for your eyes only. It's beautiful. It's that blush pink. It's the exotic Morganite. It was originally, you could only buy it at Tiffany. When it was first introduced to the world, it was a Tiffany exclusive. Women had to travel to Tiffany & Company to buy this stone. It was named after the famed J.P. Morgan, the philanthropist and investor and gem collector. And here you have a chance to own one for yourself. I love that we use the rose prongs with this. It really just adds to the beauty of the actual centerpiece. And you notice this isn't a big clunky ring. It's not over the top. It's not huge. It's absolutely perfect. This is for him. This is for your daughter. This is for your mother. This is for your great-grandmother. This is for any woman who loves beautiful exotic stones. It's for anybody looking for a ring that is so beyond. You go to any store, shop anywhere, and try to find Morganite for $89. Honestly, I'm flabbergasted. I'm so excited for anybody who can get it. The color of Morganite is the most beautiful, delicate blush pink color. The first time I ever received Morganite was a gift from my son. My son is a jeweler, many of you know that, and he gave me a beautiful Morganite ring for my, I think it was for my, no, it was for Mother's Day. Gave it to me for Mother's Day. We're going back several years ago, and I was just beside myself. I love, love, love this stone. When you think about natural pink stones, there aren't very many. There's pink diamonds, a 75-point pink diamond, let's face it, is you'd be adding zeros, lots of zeros, to get a pink diamond of that size. If it were pink sapphire, same deal. You'd be adding at least a zero, right? If we were talking about kunzite, again, you couldn't get kunzite. I mean, when you think about it, the natural pink stones, there are not very many of them. So the fact that you are getting this beautiful natural pink, this stone is a sister stone to emerald. It's a sister stone to, well, it's pink beryl. So the beryl stones are it's this sort of exclusive family of gemstones. Aquamarine is a blue beryl. Emerald is green beryl. Yellow beryl is called heliodor. White beryl is known as goshenite, and pink beryl is known as morganite. And it is lovely and elegant and pristine and beautiful. And you know, pink has been such a big color this year. For a lot of us, I just think it's such an easy color to wear. It's almost a neutral. You can see it's a soft, beautiful, gorgeous blush color. Already a couple hundred of these out the door. So I'm gonna find out, and by the way, we checked, we do not sell Morganite for $89.90. This is the only Morganite ring. I mean, the closest ring in Morganite we sell to this is $300, right? And it's from the CL collection. I mean, that's what I'm explaining. I know that we do not sell Morganite for $89. And at $169, I was excited because Morganite usually starts at $200 and goes up. $299, $399. So $169, I'm excited about that. I think that's an amazing price. So here at, again, $89.90, what a beautiful treat for you. And by the way, $17.98 on your credit card. $17.98. This is an ageless design. This is one of the single most popular designs in a diamond engagement ring today. It's called a diamond halo setting. And it looks like a diamond halo, doesn't it? This design where you get the center stone with that beautiful look of a diamond surround, it is just so very, very pretty. It has lovely shoulders. It has beautiful bead accents. It has a polished finish. and it is all yours if you'd like to add this to your collection. This is the best time to do it. As you call in to order it, please stay on the phone. I would absolutely love to get to say hi to all of you. By the way, there is a matching earring and a matching pendant to this, so please feel free. By the way, all those little pave stones you're looking at, those are topaz. We used white topaz pave for the halo surround, white topaz pave that are bead set going down the shoulders of the ring. So white topaz surround, white topaz down the shoulders, and then that beautiful blush pink Morganite in the center. And it is one sensational value. You can see a couple hundred people have already said yes to it. They should all go. I can promise you this, this cannot be reordered. This was not even supposed to be out here for $89.90, but we are having fun today. It's our big birthday celebration. We wanted to bring you the best we can offer in the world of gemstones. So you've been seeing a beautiful assortment of gorgeous gems throughout the day. I believe this is the only Morganite suite on the day. I have matching earrings and a matching pendant to this, so you can stick around for that. But think ahead to birthdays, think ahead to special occasions. If you have a daughter who just had a baby girl, if you're expecting a baby girl, if you're looking for something, look at how pretty that looks on her hand. You see, I love this on Mackenzie's finger because, you know, I look at a ring like this, it doesn't wear you, you wear it. My daughter-in-law, this is the kind of ring she loves to wear. She doesn't want anything too huge. I think about my nieces, they don't want anything too huge. This is the kind of ring they love to wear. And even a lot of us, I love a big ring, but not for every day. A lot of times I love things that are comfortable. I don't like my jewelry to be reminding me that it's there all day long. So I love jewelry that I can wear and it doesn't get in the way and I don't have to think about it. You can see, look at the sparkle coming off that beautiful Morganite centerpiece. Again, that blushy, gorgeous color that is so reminiscent of just a blush, like a little bride's blush. That soft, delicate hue. It's a peachy pink color. That's what Morganite is known for, that soft, peachy pink hue. And the key to this too is that the way it's done, if you wanted to wear this in place of an engagement ring, you absolutely could do that. You could wear this easily in place of an engagement ring. You could wear this next to a diamond band. You could wear this next to another band if you already have a band. Stack this with it. Wear it with something else you already have. It would be beautiful. Or you can see it's lovely as a standalone ring. It's beautiful as a standalone piece because it's simply elegant. Definitely a classic style with that little bit of sparkle from the topaz that surrounds the centerpiece and goes down the shoulders of the ring. And the fact that you are getting something that is really, truly considered an exotic gemstone. Most stores don't even carry this. So it's not something you find just every day. It's something you really have to seek out. And they can always charge a premium for it. And that's why I think it's fun when you come home to HSN, where we are the largest importer and retailer of colored gemstones in the United States. We're able to do extra special things, and this is an example of an extra special savings on a beautiful ring. So you can wear your this would be beautiful with a French manicure if you like to wear a French manicure, or beautiful with a baby pink nail polish, how pretty that looks on the hand. By the way, we have sizes 5 through 11 available. Last call is going out on the size 11. So if that's the size you have your eye on, this is the good time to say yes to it. Thank you for using express ordering. That is the quickest way to get through. We have only a couple more minutes to talk about it, but I would love for you to get to see it on your hand. It's one that you can wear for work, for meetings, for church, for synagogue. It's not over the top, yet it's just so pretty and it's so easy on the eye. It's a very elegant ring. And again, that's a nice big center stone. That's over 3/4 of a carat. So it's a nice big center stone, and then of course you have the surround of all the pretty sparkly white topaz that makes for an excellent and beautiful accent stone. And the fact of the matter is you're getting a stone that most women have never heard of. Most people don't even know what Morganite is. They've never heard of this stone. They would have no idea. So that's what's also sort of interesting and fun about it. You get a natural pink stone that tells a story. You can tell a story about this. You think back to J.P. Morgan in the time of the Titanic. You think back to, you know, George Coons, who was dear friends with J.P. Morgan. And J.P. Morgan and he both loved beautiful gemstones. J.P. Morgan helped finance the expedition when this stone was originally discovered. And George Coons wanted to name this stone after his buddy, after his dear friend. So Morganite, for many, many years, you could only buy it at Tiffany. And they had the exclusive on the stone. And you literally had to travel there in order to get it. So for years, the general public really didn't know what it was, had never seen it, had never heard of it. And until kind of electronic retail came along, HSN came along and started showing these exotic stones and talking about them on television so that our average, we average consumers had a chance, because if you don't walk into an elite store every day to shop for your jewelry, and most of us aren't doing that, is a way for all of us to have access and to learn about these beautiful stones. And I think what's interesting is because it's our 39th birthday, we've been doing this a long time. We have made friends and contacts and connections and partnerships and have relationships all over the world with the biggest names in jewelry, the biggest players in jewelry. The same people that sell to some of the biggest, most expensive stores in the world also source product for us. They know that we buy in volume. They always know we want beautiful quality, we want wonderful value, and we oftentimes are the first ones to get a phone call. This is an example of that, where one of our suppliers was able to secure 1,000 or so stones and call us and say, here's what we have. Would you be interested? And then the negotiation begins. And it's amazing to me, our buyers who are so good at what they do and how they're able to negotiate these incredible values for us. As I've told you before, I only get to curate. I do not have anything to do with any of the prices or any of that kind of stuff for this show. So I'm always, to me, it's like Christmas morning when I get my product information and see the kind of prices. I sit there and my jaw hits the table. At $169, I'm excited. At $89, I don't even know what to tell you. Look at that. I really don't even know what to say about it. I can't explain it. It's just like, I don't know. I mean, seriously, I have a son who's a jeweler. I know what things cost. I know what just settings cost. Just a setting. I know it costs just to have a stone, to have a ring sized, just to have a stone set. The amount of work and labor that goes into making jewelry. These were custom made for us. So in essence, custom made for you, because this was cast in your size. You go to a regular jewelry store, for example, Carlos, if you go to my son's jewelry store, he has all kinds of beautiful jewelry there, but he'll have normally one ring in one size, and then he'll size it for you, but it's not made in your size. He'll size it for you, but the point that I'm making here is that this ring was made for you in your custom size. They have to make individual molds of this ring in 10 sizes, right? Or in whatever it is, in 8 sizes. And that, most jewelers don't do that. Most jewelers don't do that. That is just not practical for a jeweler. They'll, if they're a custom jeweler, they're making one ring in one size, whatever size you want. But to do it in all the sizes so that when you get your ring home, it was cast in your size for you to fit your finger. And that's one of the things that makes shopping here really special. You go into most department stores, they'll have rings available in a sample size 7. That is the sample size. And if you go to a department store, they're gonna make you pay to size that ring up or down. You have to pay extra for that. So I think that's one more reason, this beautiful exotic ring for $89.90, a natural Morganite. We lost the size 11, but we do have sizes 6 through 10. 5 and 10 will be the next to sell out. Don't hang up if you're ordering it. Thank you so very much for your phone calls. Also, we're gonna show you some match